mic.
Alright, well, thanks everyone for coming along to see Jaiden today. I hope you've got lots of questions. We're going to have a bit of time at the end where we'll come down and you can put your questions to Jaiden. But before that, we're going to have a bit of a chat. So very quickly, just who I am. My name's Ellie. I've been working in the industry side of this business for about 10 years now. I set up Danfield's management company in the UK, and I've just been working with talent for lots of time, but this is the first time I get to meet Jaiden, so I'm very excited about that.
I think you were letting me meet you too.
Alright, cool. So, let's get into it. So why don't you tell us a bit about what you've been up to this year?
Pretty much just working, I guess. I had Vidcon London in February, and then this Vidcon, I'm planning on going to Australia Vidcon.
Oh wow!
And also Summer in the City, which is also in London again. So I'm doing a lot of traveling and also just working.
So was February?
Yeah.
Was February your first experience in London?
I think I was in there for my birthday because I had friends in there back before, a couple months before then. But it was my first Vidcon London.
Yeah.
So I liked it. It was smaller than this one, but it's I think all of them were nice.
I think it makes sense. We're smaller as a country, so our big one has to be smaller.
Yeah.
It's perfect that way. So you want to stream me?
Did I?
Yeah.
Wait, did I actually win? I thought someone else won. Wait, did I actually win a streamie and not know? Where? Which country?
The streamie?
I thought Story Booth won.
I thought that was part of what you were doing.
No, I'm not important. No. Yeah, I was nominated, which is also impressive.
Did you win Battle Royale?
Oh yeah, I won the shooting one. Yeah. That's more important, so.
I was just gonna be I'm a streamie, but Battle Royale.
Yeah, we weren't supposed to win that one. Yeah, there was it was a team of me, James, and Anthony from used to be Smosh, but we were we'll just chill and see, kind of piddle around and see what happens. And then there was 3 teams left, and we're oh my god, we could actually win this. And then we did. And it was I think people were mad because they're there was actual gamers there. Well, I'm a gamer, but also.
It looked really good fun. Did you enjoy
It was
being
fun.
part of that?
Yeah, I didn't get shot too much. I think if I got shot more, I wouldn't have liked it as much. But luckily, I wore a sweatshirt and a scarf, and people were aiming at the balloons, so it was nice. It was a lot of fun. I don't think I would do it again though.
And you've been doing Scribble?
Yeah, Scribble Showdown. We have a tour coming up in October, and one show with on Saturday with Aaron, Ross, James, Dom, and me, and that's going to be a lot of fun. We did one a tester show in April, and it was really fun. I liked it a lot.
Tell us about the format. How does it work?
So it's just a bunch of improv drawing comedy games, basically. There's no structure. We kind of have oh, we're gonna play this game, and then we just do it. And it's stressful because we're supposed to be funny and draw, but I liked it. I think it was a good format.
Yeah, good. And so you've got more coming up?
Yeah, we have one, like I said, one on Saturday. I think the tickets are still open, but also I could be lying and not know.
So are you doing it here or somewhere just nearby?
It's at the Grove, which I don't know what the Grove is. I used to live near a Grove, and I was oh, it's the Grove. What is that? I thought it was a restaurant, and they're we're gonna do a thing there. It's oh, I guess it's not a restaurant.
Okay, cool. So that's kind of what you've been doing. Let's talk a bit more about your channel. I'm sure every single person in this room knows your channel really well. But why don't let's go back to the beginning. What made you start? Why did you decide to start a YouTube channel?
Well, I just like Minecraft a lot, so I watched a lot of Minecraft. So I started getting into YouTube. I was playing Minecraft, and then it broke on my computer, and I was how am I going to play Minecraft? So I YouTubed Minecraft, And then I started like finding Minecraft channels, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. And I found like, I just figured out that YouTube is like, you can subscribe to channels and people post stuff, and I was like, that's really cool. And I found just more channels, and the two main ones were, or the two that kind of like combined to help me want to start YouTube was IS Cupquake and Domix. IS Cupquake, I just like their stuff, and Dom, he did animation like before anyone else was, and so I was like, ooh, that's cool, I want to do that eventually. And I drew fan art for IS Cupquake because I was a fangirl, and they like put it in their video. They're like, oh, look at the fan art by Jaiden. I was like, oh my god. So I drew another one, like a super fangirl, and they featured that one. And then like balls started rolling, and eventually they're like, do you want to make an animation for us? And I was like, yes. And I didn't know how to animate, so I was like, I'll figure it out. And then so I did the first animation with them on their channel, and it did really well. And I was like, well, if I'm gonna like work with this big channel, they had like 3 million subscribers at the time, then that would be a good start to, there's like a link on me, that would be a good start to just kind of make my own channel, and then like credit from that video will kind of trickle in and get me like, I don't know, 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers. And that's kind of like how I started, which was nice. Yeah, I don't think I would have started YouTube if it was just on my own, so I owe them a lot of like thanks for helping me get past being scared.
And so what is it that made you decide to, how do you decide what to share on your channel?
I share like silly personal stories that kind of like show off my personality and who I am. I don't think there's anything I'm not willing to share, but like with private life stuff, I kind of keep to myself because I also like to have like my own not YouTube life at home. So like fun stuff on YouTube, more like personal stuff at home, which is I think a nice balance. I like that.
But then you still decided to do the song, Empty?
Yeah, I did. My friend Dave, he came up and was like, do you want to make a song about that? I was like, sure, why not? And then we did. And I don't think I thought much about it because I was just like, yeah, this is stuff that I've dealt with. Maybe other people have as well, and maybe just like talking about it would be helpful. So I didn't think it was like too big of a like issue or something, or super dramatic. It was a dramatic way of presenting it, but yeah, I don't know, with stuff like struggling with things, I think it's important for people to just like talk about what they struggle with in a particular way, just like so people feel like, I don't know, it's okay to be struggling with things because everyone has their own something, so.
And what was the reaction to it?
It was really positive. A lot of people were like, oh, thank you, like, I'm going through something similar and stuff like that, and I really appreciated that. So hopefully I was able to like help some people figure some stuff out. I'm not trying to like manually help people. I just want to put them in the right direction to figure it out on their own and stuff.
And does it make you feel, do you feel any kind of like responsibility to share more about that, or do you feel like you're in control of what you put out there?
I think that I feel really in control of what I want to share and what I don't want to share. I think some creators share too much, and I don't want to be one of those. I want to present like what I want to and like a small bit of a bigger thing. So it's not like a big dramatic thing like, oh, what's Jaiden's problem now? So I think that sharing a little bit and a little bit of what I've learned and some advice is a good ratio to like everything.
Yeah, I agree, because I do feel like, you know, YouTube is somewhere that everybody knows that they can find someone else who's going through something that they've been through. There are so many people out there with so many problems, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think it's nice to share a little bit of yourself like that.
There's so many problems. There's so many problems, and everyone has one of them. So.
Yeah, and I think it's easy, especially when you're a teenager, to think that you're alone, and that you're actually the only person who's feeling all these things. So you can talk about that.
Yeah, hopefully this helps some people.
So let's talk then about the good and the bad of YouTube and social media. What do you want to start with?
The good of YouTube is, I don't know, there's always like, it's really good at building communities, I'd say. There's like, if you're into knitting, there's a giant community on YouTube for knitting. And like, I don't know anyone who knits, so it's like, it's crazy that there's that much people. And if you are a lone knitter, then you can find your community on YouTube. There's like so many weird like rabbit hole things. I think a lot of people have been finding like pottery communities. It's like, wow, good job. But it's true. It's like if you have a really like, you feel like you're the only one doing something, there's always going to be something online that you can tap into. The bad.
What's kind of been the good for you?
I like that. I've made a lot of friends through animation and YouTube and stuff. Some of my closest friends are YouTube people that I've met with like over the past years. I've built a lot of confidence and learned a lot about myself through YouTube. And I don't think I'd be the person or like obviously in the spot I am right now without YouTube, so that's a good. I'm really appreciative of YouTube because I didn't have any plan for my life, which is not safe. I was going to be in graphic design, and I went into graphic design. It's like, oh, I don't like graphic design, and then I changed to design management. I was like, oh, I don't like design management, so I left. So I left for YouTube, and I like that one more than graphic design.
How did your parents feel about that?
Oh, they're like, what are you doing? So we had to like talk about like, oh, this is YouTube, Mom. You can make money on it. She's like, how?
It's so difficult though. I mean, this is something that didn't exist.
Yeah.
And for it now to be a solid career move,
it's like the equivalent to, Mom, I'm running away and joining the circus. And it kind of is, but it's really like a growth. Like people can build so much on it, and they just had to like trust it and me, and we obviously had like a backup plan if it didn't work. Yeah. But it started doing really well, and they're really supportive now, and it's really great. They've never been not supportive, but they've been like, worried. Like, what is this? Like, you're leaving college for what? So yeah.
Okay, now we can do the bad.
The bad. There's a lot of drama and like behind the scenes stuff that has to be hidden, and all these people and narcissism and just like, I'm not gonna swear, but like buttholes. There's a lot of buttholes. Yeah. Luckily, I think I've been doing a good job of finding really nice people, and you can kind of get you get a feel for people who want to just like do for ladder climbing or making money and stuff. So if you have a bad time reading people, then you will get taken advantage of. That's no question at all. But with a lot of good friends and like confidence in yourself and like just going through the ropes, then it's easy to manage for sure. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so let's talk about burnout. I think this is a huge thing that we see in the community. And it's, I think as well, it is very easy for people on the outside who don't work in this industry, who don't know what it's like for creators, to look at people like you and say, oh, she's living the dream, how lucky, she's got this channel, she's earning all this money, she just makes little videos and puts them out. And I think that still now, so many people do not understand how much work actually goes into this, how much, the creativity behind it. I mean, it's even more, I'm afraid, with animators. Yeah. It's like, they haven't even got, you can't just put the camera on. There's so much more going on. And I know you've done some videos about it yourself, about like working too long, but how bad do you find it? How do you manage it? Do you follow your own advice?
Before, maybe like a year ago or something, it was really bad. I was like a one-person team. I was trying to post every 2 weeks. My videos were like 6.5 to 7 minutes long, and it was animation obviously, and I was like, this is really torturous, and it was just like like you basically wake up at 8 and then work, eat a little bit in between, and then go to bed at 1 a.m. and then just work the whole time and do nothing else. And if you try to hang out with someone, it's like, oh, I could be working right now. It was really stressful, and that's what really burnt me out, is just having an unsafe and not sustainable work life. It's easy to think like, oh, if I work like 14 hours a day, then I'll get so much done. But it's really slow hours of work because you're so drained and stuff. So eventually I got really fed up, and I was like, okay, I need to do something about this because otherwise I'm gonna go crazy and explode. So I started looking for other people to hire. I started off with like just 2 people, and then kind of going from there. It took a lot of time to build a good team that is reliable and can get things done and is on time. It was a lot of stress finding those people, but I'm at a point now where I'm able to have like normal hours and go and see friends and like go to these conventions without stressing, and it's like changed so much. And I really suggest that people like not push themselves when working, because it's really only doing harm as much as you think. It's very like short term to be doing an unsustainable work life. So
How many hours do you think you work in a week?
in a week, I don't know. I don't really count my hours, but I think I normally start working around like 9:30ish, and then stop. I normally try to stop working at 6:30 or 7. So I don't know how much that is.
That's good.
10, 11, 12, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 9 or 10 hours, which is like a little bit more than probably recommended, but it's a big like change from where I used to be, and I'm actually able to like have a good life and not go crazy.
And do you take like full days off in a week as well?
I haven't. I want to get to a point where I can work, like not work on the weekends, I think, but I don't think I can commit to that yet. But
I'm doing 9:30 to 6:30 every day.
It doesn't feel that bad because I am able. The team is at a really good point where we broke it up. It took a lot of like trial and error to get to a good system with the team. Like at first we just assigned one person like a scene that they're responsible for, and that it was okay, but it made the videos look really inconsistent with styles, because I tried to find people who were really good at replicating the style, but it was always just a little bit off. So then it made the videos look a bit patchy, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it wasn't my preference.
Yeah.
So after like a couple months of that, we came together and we're like, okay, we can do like the people who are good at coming up with ideas, they can do storyboards, and that's like the rough of the idea. And the people who are really good at matching the style can do the keyframes, which is like the lines and stuff, and that's the main poses. And then the people who are good at like motion and stuff, they can do the in-betweens to make it look really smooth. So we just like took everyone's like best skill and assigned that to them. So now I think the videos look really good, really like much more the same style. It looks like I animated all of it, and I didn't, which is what I'm going for.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
And it's really good. So sometimes I mainly do keyframes now, keyframes and boards. So it's pretty much just the day goes by quickly because I can put up like a YouTube video and kind of just like the idea is already there. So I just draw it in my style, and then it's.
What is a keyframe?
Keyframe is like a main pose. So like this, you have this sketchy drawing of like me, and then I'll come in and like clean it up with like the real line that you see in the video, like the line. I don't know how to explain it. It's the line.
Yeah.
But it's just like the main lines that you see.
Okay, so you can work on that, and then your team will sort of
and then I'll send it to someone else, and they'll like, since the style's already there, it's pretty easy to make it move.
Yeah.
And also be like similar to what it would look like.
How many people are in the team?
Well, I had to fire someone recently, but
Oh no.
I think they took a while. Don't worry. I think 8 or 9.
8 or 9.
Yeah, which is a big team.
Yeah,
For
it is fantastic.
animation. Well, a big team for YouTube, a small team for animation.
Yeah.
But it works for us.
So I think it's really key for everyone in here who is a budding YouTuber or animator to know that with a team of 8, she still works 9 hours, 7 days a week.
Yeah, some people have said that I have a team, but I mean, I am happier being able to have a life again. So sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
I think it's a very good thing to do, and I think it's very important to take some of that pressure off.
Yeah, and the videos look much better. Like, I hired people that are actually better than me, and then so it's like, wow, that was really good. I would have never been able to make that look really good, and it was a good idea and stuff. So the videos are looking better than they ever have, which makes me really happy.
And so your videos are now like longer than when you started. It's sort of gradually, some you do some now that are a bit longer. Is that because you have more to say, because you're happy with the animation, or is that YouTube algorithm?
It's me having too much to say. I've been trying to dial it back. My scripts are normally I like to have it at like 2.5 pages, and they've been just gradually getting a little bit longer. And like, I'll finish the script, I'm like, this is gonna be a long freaking video, and I'll like look through it and try and like cut it more, and it's like, no, I want, all of this is important. And I'll send it to like friends and be like, is there anywhere, like, what do you think? And they'll add more jokes. I was like, oh, that's really funny too, so it gets longer. So it's not on purpose. I've been trying to keep them like under 10 minutes because I think 10-minute animated videos are a bit long.
Right.
But they have been gradually getting longer, but I think that's because I've been able to like grow as a script writer and kind of write a little bit funnier jokes, or like figure out like how to like say something a better way, or I don't know. It's not intentional. I would like to make shorter videos.
Good. Well, as long as it's, because I was wondering, I did wonder if it was just because of the way that YouTube works, you felt like you were having to make longer videos.
No.
But it's nice to know that it's just your flow.
James and I both do this one thing where if a video is like, there's been a few times where our videos, when we add the end, like talking fan art section, the video's like 10 minutes and 1 second. And that makes it look like we stretched it out because so many people do that. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna cut out like as much as we can just to make it like 9:58 or something.
Yeah.
So we do it on purpose. It's really dumb because we could be making kind of double what we are, but I don't know. It's just something in our brains are like, no, we're not going to do that.
What I totally forgot to mention before when we were talking about what you've been up to is YouTube Rewind.
Oh yeah, that was a meme. So what happened there was YouTube Rewind. Well, the year before that, YouTube Rewind was like, oh, you can do the backpack dance, and we're like, okay. That was like the first Rewind we were in. So James and I did the backpacking, and it was pretty great, cringy, and it was also at the end credits, and it was like, wow, that was kind of not worth it. We had to set aside like a week of non-paid work to do that. So this year, I was like, okay, they're hopefully, oh, that was my wrist, sorry, I didn't think the microphone would catch it. We're like, okay, hopefully they're gonna be better. We talked to them, we're like, you can't, because they asked for a lot of things, like, oh, can you have like the whole thing done tomorrow? It's like, no, we can't, YouTube. So we had like a bit better of a schedule, but I was also kind of just like, I want to see what I can get away with. I want a meme. They're gonna have cringy stuff, and I don't want to be in a cringy video again. So I took a meme that was pretty popular at the time. I was actually pretty lucky because we started working on YouTube Rewind, I think in like the beginning of November, and I chose to do like a meme with PewDiePie. Like he had this chair that was like the PewDiePie chair and stuff, and I was like, I'll put that in because PewDiePie is like famous for not being in Rewind, and everyone wants him to. So I was like, I'll take that meme. I like made a list of memes, and I was like, okay, like studying the memes. So I just happened to fall on that one, and during the time we were working on it, PewDiePie started having like this meme battle with this channel called T-Series, and that one became it became one of the internet's biggest memes, and I just happened to be doing a meme that involved him. So I was like, well, I can like put some little meme Easter eggs in. So I snuck PewDiePie in during the height of his meme career, and everyone said, she's a hero. And I was like, oh no. So people said that I was the best part of Rewind, and I don't want to brag, but the rest was pretty cringy, so. Tell me about it. Yeah.
Okay. You did do very well. It was come out of that.
It was pretty coincidental, but a lot of people liked it, and I'm glad that I made some people happy with that.
Yeah. Excellent. So, why don't you tell us a bit more about you? So, what is important to you?
Important to me? My bird, and my bird's important to me. I think living a balanced, healthy life is important to me. Doing YouTube is really important to me. I don't know what's important. It's just a bunch of little stuff that I really enjoy, and being able to have a balanced life where I'm not stressed and able to do things that I care about. Video games are important to me. Yeah. I've been playing Hollow Knight, and that game sucks, but I like it. I like it. It's a really big. Do you know Dark Souls? Yeah. It's known for like being just really mean and unfair.
Jaiden is Dark Souls. There we go.
It's just a really hard game, and people complain about it. And it's like, I wouldn't say it's as hard as Dark Souls, because I haven't played it, and I'm also not that great at video games. But it's really hard. I just played it because the art was nice. I was like, oh, it's like a little bug guy. And then I got to the first boss. I was like, oh, this is really hard. But I was already really committed. So I've been playing the game for the past 2 months. I put 50 hours in the game, and I'm not even done or good at it yet. So I've been playing that. That was really off topic.
So wait a second, if you're working all those hours every day and you're putting 60 hours into a game, how are you seeing your friends and doing other things?
So I don't normally see friends. I'm busy playing Hollow Knight. I'll play 1 or 2 hours a night. My roommates like to watch, so I'll wind down with a really intense game of Hollow Knight, and then I'll the whole hour is trying to fight one boss, and then I'll beat him. I'm like, I'm going to bed. so it's just 1 hour for 50 days of what was that? Of video game. But I am getting good sleep, and that's good. And I'm working I'm working hard, but not as much as I used to, which is nice.
Yeah.
So just being able to do things that I really enjoy and have fun and not stress is important to me, and I've been feeling really good lately.
Mm-hmm. So on that note, what are you most proud of?
Oh, proud of? I think I'm proud of how far I've come as a person. I think when I first started YouTube, I was really shy and didn't talk to anyone, and was just known as the quiet art girl. And now I've built a lot of confidence, and I have really good friends that have helped me. And I think I would have eventually become this person because this is the person that I want to be.
Yeah.
but it would have taken a lot longer, and I've gone through a lot of like difficult things that have helped me mature and like grow much more, like in a really small time, which is nice. So I think I'm proud of being able to like come out of my shell and be more sure of myself.
And tell me about the bird gardens at Naples.
Oh yeah,
I feel like that's something you should be really proud of.
It was. I totally forgot about that. They said they had like a TV. So for Ari's birthday, I threw him a birthday party.
How old is he?
He's 3 now.
Yay.
Little brat. But yeah, he's 3 now, and I want to start doing like every year for his birthday, like find some sort of bird charity to donate to and help out, because I like birds and I think they're underappreciated, and like kind of it's easy to just like, oh yeah, I can have a bird and put him in the corner. And it's like, no, it's really sad. So I'd like to bring more awareness to birds and just proper care and finding good homes and taking care of ones in need. So I followed this a while ago. I followed this bird person on Twitter, and we hadn't really talked until then, but I was like, oh, do you know any bird charities? Because they're really into birds. And they're like, yeah, there's these people, and we also have like one ourselves. I was like, oh, how about I just help you? So we just like gathered up and like did the GoFundMe, and we raised a lot of money. I can't remember how much. Maybe
I read 22,000.
22,000, which is crazy.
But that was for that much. It might be more than that now.
Yeah, who knows? But it was a lot nonetheless, and I was really happy, and they're really happy, and they're like building new cages and stuff, which is great. And yeah, I didn't really think too much about it. It was just like, yeah, I want to help the birds, and like.
Have you been there?
No, I haven't. It's in Florida.
Ah, okay.
I haven't gone to Florida in a long time.
I'm
very worried about it. Yeah. Florida, but I don't know.
It's good to know that it scares me as a Brit, but it's
yeah.
it scares you as well.
I went to Legoland. I think that's in Florida. That was cool. I got my Legoland driver's license there.
Do you drive Lego cars?
It was like a little, I don't think they're made of Lego. I think that would be really unsafe. I think they just like glued a lot of Legos, and it's like this little go-kart, and you kind of just like, and then they're like, here's your license. And then I haven't been since, so.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And so, what's next?
I think I don't have any really big plans for the future. I would like to keep doing what I'm doing and making, like, testing out more videos and seeing, like pushing myself creatively when it comes to being a YouTube creator and stuff and doing animation. I would like to, in the far future, make like a cartoon series for TV or something. That would be cool. I don't have any ideas, and I don't have any contacts. So,
Rich, anyone out there looking
to hire someone with no ideas? But yeah, that's something I'd like to do in the future. I don't have any like big career plans, but I do want to get better at like drawing more, just like art-wise. I do a lot of animation, so I don't have time to do like personal art. I would like to become a better artist, and I would like to. I'd like to get strong. I like to be able to do a lot of push-ups. That's a goal for the future.
I think it's a goal many people have.
Yeah.
And then one day they're like, forget it.
Yeah, push-ups. But I think, yeah, right now I'm focused on YouTube. I would like to do, when things start dying down, I would like to start trying to study shows and cartoon series and see like how to make a really good one. And do that. And then, I don't know, just go from there. It's always been pretty play by ear for me, with also like a backup plan, just in case things go really south. But
I think that's a very smart way to live.
yeah, it's fun.
Okay, well, I've asked enough questions, so why don't we let you guys have anyone got a question? I already see the hand. Okay, what's the best way to do
You have a
this?
portable mic,
We
is it?
have a mic.
Does it work? Sure.
It works for us.
Toss the microphone.
Yay! You can't see it.
You're a gamer, come on now. Hi, Jaiden.
Hi.
How often do other animators try to reach out to you for work? Are you still hiring, and what are you most likely to answer to?
So I think a lot of people email me, but I really don't have time to read through all my emails. So I hired my little brother to be me for emails, which some people might not like, but I think that it was something I really needed to do because I was answering emails and it took up like 3 hours a day, and I was like, I can't do that. So he'll star ones that are important, but I'm not hiring because the team is pretty full right now. So I think, I guess if you just get my brother's attention, like hey Jack, star this email for Jaiden to see. He might star it and stuff. But yeah. Wait, what was your first question? Did I answer them all?
How often do other animators try to reach out to you for work? I've got several personally, but
Yeah, I think it's pretty common, at least for people to say like, oh, would you like to do some lines, or hey, would you like to collab or something. Normally I don't. James used to do a lot of collabs. I used to not. I think it just differs from people to people, but normally I don't do collabs unless we're friends.
Can I show you my dance moves? And is Ari here?
Ari's not here, and I would like to see some dance moves.
Okay.
Oh, heck yeah. That was really nice. I think they should put that in Fortnite. Thank you very much. But yeah, Ari's at home. Don't worry about him, he's not here.
Hi, Jaiden.
Hello.
Sorry, I have a story. I'm excited. To start animation, what device did you use at first? Like, was it stop animation? Or?
I started with, okay, so in my junior year of college, which is like 11th grade, my parents were like, you need to figure out what you want to do with your life. And I was like, you're right. I don't have any ideas. And they're like, why don't you like art? Why don't you work for Pixar? I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea and really reasonable. So they put me in a 3D animation program in Arizona called EVIT, where you go to school for half the day and then you take a bus to another campus and do like a more artsy class for the other half. So I tried out 3D animation and I hated it. I'm like, oh no, what is this? It's like computers. And then I was like, okay, so I don't want to do 3D animation, but I am still interested in animation, so I'll check out 2D animation. So I just got Flash, like YouTubed how to animate, watched some tutorials, and I started on like a little Wacom bamboo tablet. It's really like scrappy stuff, but it really works, especially if you're just trying out. Mm-hmm.
Howdy.
Hi.
So what's the craziest thing that's happened to you at Vidcon?
Craziest at VidCon. I think it's just the year we realized that we're actually really popular, and like James and I would be walking like down the thing, like in the main floor, and people would start like stopping us, and then all of a sudden we look up and there's like a huge crowd, and the security's like, hey, you're a fire hazard. You need to leave. And I'm like, oh, okay. So there's like a crowd of fire hazard walking down the thing. And it got to the point where we just couldn't go on the stage because we were just fire hazards. So that was, I think that was the craziest realization when we were like, wow, we're actually like liked a lot and stuff. That was really crazy.
Before you started working, trying to work for Pixar, did you know how to 3D animate?
No, I didn't start working for Pixar. I quit before they were able to hire me. No, I pretty much just jumped into animation, like all of them, without any knowing how to do it. I didn't like animation 3D, so I just stopped there. And I started working like with Tiffany and Red Eyes Cupcake without knowing how to animate, so they really shouldn't have hired me. So I just learned a lot like during the process of being an animator, and I think that's like how everyone learns. Like as much as you want to feel like you know everything, you don't, and you're gonna learn more.
So, I have two questions. The first one is, what do you think of the new Pokemon games?
No spoilers, don't tell me anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm excited, but also like no spoilers. They always spoil too much, and I'm not about that. I saw the dark bird. I was like, oh no, that's a good. He's so cool. No more. So I'm excited.
And the second question is, what is your favorite TV show?
TV show. As a kid, I really liked the Powerpuff Girls, and then I became a bigger kid, and I really liked SpongeBob. My favorite TV show right now, I'm not good at watching shows, which is something I need to start doing if I want to make a TV show. I like The Amazing World of Gumball, I think. Me and a friend started watching this show called My Love Story. It's an anime, by the way. And it's really funny, and I like it a lot. So I recommend that one. I think it's only like 24 episodes. But it's really funny. I like that one. Hello.
Hey, Jaiden. Well, on the topic on Hollow Knight, have you tried the latest DLC?
There's another one? Wait, which one is that?
It's Godmasters. It's the hardest one.
Oh, no. I'm not even, like, God yet. I'm not a God master. No, I'm gonna finish the game and then not touch it. I'm gonna be like, I did it! And then there's another game coming out, and at first I was like, no, I'm done. And then I started, like, thinking about it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna play it. Oh no, it's gonna be another 50 hours of trying to beat one boss. But I'm excited. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Also, I have something to give you at the end.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I think if you come up.
There's no number for James, but give it to him if I couldn't see him.
Yeah. All right. To the next.
Can you sign my banana?
I'm sorry, what? Can you sit down there? Oh my god.
It's funny, that's not the first time. This isn't the first time I've signed a banana.
Hey, Jaiden, I'm Sir Isaac the Great. I'll give you business cards related to my channel at the end in case we want to laugh. But I have a few questions that would correlate to the videos you've done.
Okay, try just one, please.
Okay, just one. What made you believe that tetanus was AIDS?
I don't know. I still get it mixed up. I don't know. I don't know where it came from. I don't know. I really don't know. But now I know, and that's the most important part.
Hey, Jaiden.
Hello.
Let's say, aside from you doing the storytime animations, what other animation videos have you done on your channel?
Besides the story time, I don't know. I think I've always just been doing animation. I've got not to promote myself, but yeah, give me the banana. Yeah, I've got a video coming up this Sunday about video games, and that's like a little bit different of a video. So I'm excited to see. It's still animation, but it's not story time, and it'll be a good experiment to see like if it does well and if I can do more than just stories and stuff. So I'm excited for that.
What do you think was your favorite animation video to work on your channel?
To work on. Let's see. I kind of don't like any of them. It's when you're like, I think I'm always growing as a creator, so whenever you like do a little bit of a step up, then you look back and you're like, ew, I did that. But I think, again, the video that's coming up right now is my favorite in a long time, actually, because I got to play video games and talk about them. So I'm excited about that one. It sounds like I'm promoting it a lot, but I'm trying not to. You guys just keep asking. Yeah, so I'm excited about that.
Hi, Jaiden.
Hello.
So I want to talk about your video you did about dealing with anorexia.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any problems with putting that up? Like, did you believe no one was gonna feel about that?
I was really stressed about it, and it was like a big weight on me, and people were asking like, hey, like, why don't you show your face? Or like, I found your face, why is your face here? And it was really stressful. So I was like, I guess I can just like talk about it, get it off my chest, and kind of move on with my life. So I made it in secret. I didn't tell anyone I was making it, and I just posted it and ran away to Europe because that's like where Vidcon Europe was. So I posted it and then was like, I didn't even want to post it. I scheduled it and then just didn't touch it. I think I just like turned off my emotions for like this is what I want and really need to do for myself. I'm not going to overthink it and try and like back myself out of it. So I just turned off my emotions and brain and kind of let myself just like, that's just going to happen. Let's not think about anything that will come from it. And people reacted really well, which is nice. But it took a lot of kind of denying what I was actually doing to get me to actually do it. Where's the lights? Oh, you're in the lights. Hello. Hi.
Did you sign my book?
Yeah, I can. Is that your question? That was an easy question.
We're going to stick to questions, guys, please, rather than can you sign? That would be
I'll try to sign everyone's stuff, but I also need to leave.
Yeah.
So I'll sign as much as I can.
What did she?
Hey Jaiden.
Hello.
What would you say is the biggest change after moving to California? Because you discussed that in the video before.
The biggest change, it's less warm than Arizona. The house I'm living in is different, and it's pretty much the same thing because I kind of just, I was only in the house working, and then I just moved, and I'm doing the same thing. But it's nice because now I think I have like more friends than I have in, I have more friends in California than I did in Arizona, which is where I grew up with. So it's nice to have like friends now. There we go. It's nice to have friends that I can go see. There's more opportunities and stuff, but I don't really go to those because I can't be bothered, and I'm also like, oh, I kind of just want to stay in my house and play Hollow Knight. So yeah, there's not much difference other than being able to be with friends and more like opportunities, I suppose.
Yeah. Now that story times are transitioning from a single person making little animations in their room to more professional setups, like for example, your full studio with multiple employees.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel that storytime animations are going to evolve in the near future, and do you feel that it's a sustainable subgenre of YouTube?
I think that the biggest change that's going to happen in the animation group on YouTube is there's going to be more companies and corporations kind of just making all these like spamming animations. There's already like Story Booth and whichever ones that just like use other people's stories and animate it and stuff and post. They post like every week or something. So I think there's going to be more competition with companies and stuff, and people who, I think when the animation community started, like the second genre of it, people really enjoyed it, so a lot of small channels just blew up because they were providing, it was like supply and demand. Now there's going to be a lot of demand because it's such a big like genre now, and it's so heavily just like there's so much, like all you people are here, and there's like people retweeting like, look at this big line, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's all just animation. So I think that there's going to be more pressure to be different and stand out instead of just do the same thing that everyone else is doing, like, oh, school stories and oh, awkward stuff like that. So there's going to be more creativity and standout factors for the channels that are going to start, like, continue to do well. Yeah, the random thoughts video, that was a meme.
Okay, Jen.
Hello.
In the beginning of your channel, were you nervous when people told you that they watched your videos?
Like in person or on the internet?
Like, in person.
In person. Yes. I didn't tell anyone that I was making a channel. And my friends just found out. They're like, oh, Jaiden Animations. I was like, what? No. Still people aren't allowed to watch my videos in front of me. I'll just like, nope, just leave the room. So yeah, it makes me nervous. Less so now. I was really like uncomfortable about it in the beginning because it was like, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing, and now you're watching it. It's something that some people are really good at, just watching their stuff in front of people, but I'm not one of those people. I've gotten better, but I think I'm always going to be like, oh, I'm going to leave. My parents are like, oh, you should watch Jaiden's video. And it's like, Mom!
Hello. Excuse my extreme nervousness. You just introduced me to the animation community is all. So I actually have a question about the channel. After you've gotten more subscribers, a bigger viewer base, and you've kind of improved your own skill as well as getting other animators to form a team, have you ever or would you ever consider going back to the older videos you've made that still have like these really good videos, or sorry, really good stories, and kind of like remastering them, reanimating them, all that, so that like more people can see them and they can kind of have like just a better look to them? Because I've found that, like, for me and some of my people I know, some of my friends, our like favorite videos of yours are like those older ones. So would you ever consider that?
Probably not. I don't think there's. I mean, maybe if I have gotten no ideas, then I could be like, I'll just take my idea from the past. But I think that I enjoyed making new videos. I think it would be a fun idea to think of like how it's like one of those like see how I am in 5 years compared to in the past. I'm not too interested in remaking any videos because I think I told the story. It's out there. It's not really. I don't find it the most important to like say it again. But I think that other people might be really into that idea, for sure.
Okay, we only have time for one more question, and it has to be this lady.
Hi, so like we're all predominantly creators here, and one of the most difficult things is probably coming up with ideas for videos and stuff. How do you come up with your ideas and then know if they're good enough to expand to make a whole video of that?
Oh man, this is like hard because this is still like probably the most stressful part about making videos. And I only do like once a month, so that's one idea a month. And I'm still like, whoo, that's, whoa. But I think it's kind of just always in the back of my head, and I've got like a little list on my phone, like video ideas. Most of them are crap and will never be made. But it's good to just like write down the idea and then come back to it and be like, oh, is this something that I can make a 6-minute script about? Normally, I don't think too much about like, oh, is this a good idea? It's more about, can I make this long enough video? Do I have enough to say about it, and can I make it funny or entertaining? And then if it does well, then it does well. I think a lot of the help there with script writing comes with like animation on the side. So that's like another crutch we can use to like, if there's a boring part in the script, like make it entertaining. But yeah, I just started trying to come up with 2 ideas a month, and I'm still stressed, like, oh my gosh, this is intense. I have no ideas, but I guess you just kind of things just happen. And actually the script that I'm doing, not the next video, not the video coming up on Sunday, and not the video coming up after that, but I wrote a script for that, the next one, so like in 3. That I had no ideas for that one, so I was like, what's happened in my life that I can talk about? Oh, animals. So in 3 videos, there's going to be a video about animals. It sounds boring, but I think I made it a good script.
So I'm afraid that's all we have time for. So very quickly, what else are you doing? Are you doing anything else at Vidcon?